This tutorial assumes basic computer knowledge and safety knowledge. Always read the manuals of your batteries before replacing them. Is it turning on? When you see that, when you see to interrupt normal startup, press enter. You press enter, you'll see this screen. You want to press F1 to enter the BIOS setup utility. From here, we're going to internally disconnect the internal battery. So you want to go into config, then into power, arrow keys to move, and enter to select. You want to go into disable built-in battery, and then press enter, and then press yes. It'll power down and disconnect that internal battery. You want to use the Phillips head though to take out the screws. Once you've loosened your screws, you just take a fingernail, and that'll kind of pop up here, and you can work your way around the laptop, kind of pulling up. There are a bunch of plastic clips here that you gotta unclip. And now we can see it all comes up and reveals the rest of the device. If you just put the new battery over the old one to see if it's the same shape, which this one is. For the T480, or at least my model T480, you can just pull on that cable and it'll come off. We can see there's one screw here and there's one screw here. These two screws here appear to be more for the speaker than the battery. So we'll go ahead and remove this screw here and hang on to it, because new batteries generally don't come with screws. And then I'll do this screw here. Hang on to these both. They are the same size. And also, so when you're taking out the battery, the screws will be here. You want to rotate the battery like that, and then lift it out like that. And then finally, to insert the battery, you just do the opposite thing. Kind of lift it in like this, put it down like that. I would recommend looking at any manuals your batteries come with, because often with batteries, for their first use, you want to discharge them very nearly to 0, and then fully charge them all the way to 100, and then you can commence regular use. Also, when you're plugging the new battery in, look at your old battery, and look at how it goes. You can see here, the positive terminal connects to those red wires. The red wires go to the bottom. You can tell, using these screw holes, that this battery did indeed go in like this. So we can see that positive terminal needs to connect to the red wires, which needs to be on the bottom. I can't plug this battery in like that, because the positive terminal does indeed line up with the red wire, but these red wires are on the top here. You want to flip it over, like this. So now the red batteries are on the bottom, and it should be safe to plug in. Take these old batteries and hang on to them, because if your new batteries have an issue, if they're defective, if you've plugged them in wrong and you've damaged them, if they light fire, if they explode, if they become spicy pills way too soon, you want to have your old batteries as backups to still be able to use the device. And while if those batteries do blow up, or if they do turn into spicy pillows and then blow up, or if they start a fire, they could very well damage your laptop beyond repair. It's always worth keeping those old batteries intact for a while until you're comfortable that these new ones don't blow up, because if they do have an issue and you can't turn your laptop on with your new batteries, there's still a chance you can put the old batteries back in and have it still work. If all else fails, however, most laptops can be powered from their charging port alone. So if you do end up with a laptop who doesn't have any functional batteries, and you need to use the laptop to get a new battery, you can often plug it in and that'll be enough power to have it turn on. I can then do the easy repair. Take the new external battery, plug that in. Check the batteries, check their health,